Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Crimson Wrestling Federation. I am commentator Havoc, the voice of the Crimson Wrestling Federation. On your left is the Crimson Reaper. On your right is the Crimson Blaze. I think there's good stuff fundamentally about both Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I think they're both good in ring. I think that they're both solid promos. The main thing which is important, this is very important, but the main thing that holds them back is their look. They just don't look like believable wrestlers. And even with Sami Zayn, they can't really do the underdog story, because it's so played out now. You did it with Daniel Bryan, and
you did it with Sami Zayn.
Yeah, you've done it in NXT, which I don't watch Johnny Gargano and stuff, but they essentially are the same thing. And you're not really gonna have a better underdog story than Daniel Bryan. So they've done it with Kofi, they've done it with Bryan. So we've seen it too much. Yeah, so you can't. That can't be your whole character. I'm the underdog.
Literally his whole character.
So, but literally, if he just had a better look, which is important, he would be a better wrestler because he does have talent. Despite that,
maybe he just needs a catchphrase. He needs a catchphrase that people can sing. Or something. His look is an issue, but I don't think that's the whole issue. I think the fact that it's the way that he's packaged is so fucking boring and dry. He's it's basically Bailey. He's basically the man Bailey.
To piggyback off that, though, the reason they present him that way is that, admittedly, that's almost all you can do. Because, if he looks the way he does, because they're pretty much admitting, okay, this guy doesn't look believable as a wrestler. So we have to say he's an underdog and he's always overcoming the odds. That's them indirectly saying, okay, this guy doesn't look like a wrestler.
Yeah, well, then release him. Why is he a wrestler then? I don't understand. If we're, if we're talking about suspending our disbelief and needing to believe that what we're watching is real, then why do you have people on the roster that don't look like they're wrestlers? How does it make sense? And now Kevin Owens, okay, there's always been bigger, fat people in wrestling, Nia Jax, for instance. Mm-hmm. I think that's fine because you can use your weight to an advantage. You can, Kevin Owens does the bowling ball thing into the corner. That's a cool move. Okay, he's, using his body composition as a weapon. But Sami Zayn can't do that. He has nothing.
The only thing he has, in my opinion, is the haluva kick.
I literally think I could beat up Sami Zayn. In a fight, one-on-one, I think I could do it. And maybe I can't. Maybe Sami Zayn would whoop my ass. But the fact that I think I could...
You shouldn't think you could.
That I don't want to watch his fucking matches. If I could fucking beat him up, then I know Rusev could. So then if you have Sami Zayn beat Rusev, then it's just bullshit. Because I could beat up Sami Zayn. Mm-hmm. So Rusev could definitely do it.
And even him fighting... And more on Braun Breaker in a second. And even in that segment of him fighting, him having any offense against Braun Breaker is ludicrous. Braun Breaker would actually just destroy him. It's even more unrealistic to me than him beating Rusev or Gunther. Because Braun is literally a monster.
You see how they booked? You watched the 2001 Royal Rumble with how they booked Scotty 2 Hotty.
Yeah.
When he came out and Undertaker and Kane were in the ring, they didn't have it Scotty's got to get his offense in. Oh, we got to see the worm. No, he got his ass beat because he's Scotty 2 Hotty. And it's Kane and the Undertaker in the ring. There was no, well, we've got to make Sammy look, we got to make Scotty 2 Hotty. But they constantly he's basically Scotty 2 Hotty without the worm. He's even worse than Scotty 2 Hotty. He's Brian Christopher then. He's Grandmaster Sexy, really.
So, yeah, it's like you were saying in that Rumble, they had not even just Sky Too Hottie. Maybe he was a part of this, but pretty much that whole Rumble was all the jobbers literally ganging up, trying to beat up Kane. But nowadays, it's the jobber or the small guy in itself could do it. Sammy could beat Braun Breaker by himself.
He'll do a haluva kick out the corner, and then Bronson Reed will fall out, and Sammy beat Bronson Reed.
But in the 2001 Rumble, or today, it would take if they were booking it like that, it would take several people to take out Bronson Reed.
But let's also look at the 2001 Royal, because I'm happy you brought this up. All of the jobbers in that match had storylines. They had characters. Even Perry Saturn had a fucking character and had motivations. He had dementia. He was basically R-Truth, right? He used to have a mop. He thought his mop was what was the girl's name? I don't know. He had a manager, and he had CTE, so he had a mop, and he thought the mop was his manager. That's dumb as hell. But when you're a mid-card jobber, that makes you remember. I remember Perry Saturn's character.
For more of the Crimson Brothers, follow the Crimson Wrestling Federation today. I'm commentator Havoc, the voice of the Crimson Wrestling Federation. And you can see the calls I've made in the Crimson Wrestling Federation, in the comic Crimson Wrestling Game, Story of Malice, in the description below.